Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Andrew.
Martha is
Getting off.
just about to get off the bed. She was rolling like an idiot, but of course the moment I turn the camera on her,
She
she
stops. Oh, she
stops rolling. Right, Lisa, what
Yes.
happened this morning?
What happened this morning? Just after 8 o'clock this morning, which
Yeah.
was quite early, somebody knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Well, rang the doorbell.
Yeah,
And you had to go down and answer it, didn't you?
I had to answer the door in my dressing gown, didn't I?
Yes.
Which is a funny place to have a door.
It is a funny place to have a door, yes.
Yes, boom boom. But he was good, he waited,
He did.
and I had to sign for it.
Yes.
And then he thrust into my hand
This.
and it's come from the Radiotomy's shop.
Mm-hmm.
From Bertram's Books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's Bertram?
I don't know.
Don't know. But what is it, Lisa? Pull it out and let's have a look. It is
Dad's Army at 50.
Dad's Army at 50, a Radio Times tribute to the classic series with a big picture of Jones and his moustache.
And all his medals.
Yes. So let's have a quick flick through this then, shall we? What have we got then?
So we've got an episode guide. We've got various interviews.
Mm-hmm. And how much did this set you back then?
It was $9.99, which isn't
Okay.
bad really, because there's a lot of work gone into it. So this is all episode guide. But if we go to the back, it will tell you
Who's responsible
who's
for it?
responsible for it, and it is
Hang on, let me zoom in.
Mark Braxton.
Hello, Mark Braxton.
Yes.
Wasn't he excited that it
He was
was
excited, yes.
and archive interviews by Rafe Montague?
Yes.
Didn't we sit by Rafe Montague once at a Panopticon?
Yes, we once sat at the same table as Rafe Montague. He's very nice.
Yes.
Yes. So.
But yes, a lot to look through there, haven't
So
we?
there's a lot in there.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Now, we sort of guessed what it was, didn't we?
We did, yes.
So, which prompted us to get a couple of annuals.
yes.
So you've got, what have you got there? You've
That's
got,
Dad's Army Annual 1977
and
and the Dad's Army Annual 1974.
now, let's have a very quick flick through these, shall we?
So lots of pictures of.
Now this one, hang on, printed in Italy, that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure the other one is,
Alright, okay. So
but it's the usual World Distributors
yeah.
thing, isn't it? That
Yeah,
you've
we've
got
some.
stories, you've got articles,
Yeah, little bits and pieces. So
oh, jokes. Go on,
jokes.
read us the jokes
Oh,
then.
God,
Hang on.
okay.
Go on then, read us out a joke. What's the first one?
The first one is,
Please, sir, I've lost my gun.
well, you have to pay for it.
Pay for it? What would happen if I lost that cannon?
You'd have to pay for it, of course.
Blimey, no wonder captains go down with their ships.
Yeah.
Right.
Not really. Always a Chad.
Now there's an outbreak of Chads in this
Yes.
book, isn't there?
There is an outbreak of Chad.
Now what was Chad
He's that little face thing that had his nose over a wall and
saying? What now?
what no, whatever.
But there's a whole Heidi High episode
yes,
about Chads, isn't there?
Yes. So Mum's Army.
Well, that's a real episode. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's not a novelisation of it.
No. So yeah, various different things. Falling apart a little bit this annual, so it's a bit
Yeah.
difficult to turn the pages. So
What about medals? No.
yeah. But
Now this is of interest, isn't it? In nearby Wilmington-on-Sea, Chief Air Raid Warden Hodges is working in his greengrocer's shop. Ah, Mrs. Mannering, how nice to see you. Perhaps I could interest you in my new batch of tomatoes. Massive they are, beautiful. I grew them myself. All right then, I'll have a pound. And that is apparently Mrs. Mannering,
yes.
whom you do never see in the
No.
TV series apart from her arse.
Yes, her bottom.
Well, apart from the outline of her arse.
Yeah.
But there she is again. Jones has got a very bright set of clothes on, hasn't he?
He has.
It's all a bit technicolor. But yes, there's a little... Now, I don't know sort of how much say Perry and Croft had in these,
Probably not much.
because I just wonder what they thought that they showed Mrs. Mannering,
Yeah.
because it's not until the actual recent film that we
You really see her.
And who is she in the film?
Who is she?
Yeah.
Who plays her?
Yes.
Felicity Montague, who's Lynn in Alan Partridge.
Ah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's lots of things in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have a quick look at this one.
The 77 one,
We've got a bit missing out that page.
There's a bit.
But it's,
Somebody's eaten it.
yes. Oh, something Courtney.
Which one?
The one on the left.
Does it?
A bit.
Okay, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But now, where was this one printed? Go back to the start a minute.
This one was printed. Oh, don't say that.
This next page.
There's a name there. This one was printed in Great Britain.
No, it wasn't. It was printed in Spain.
Oh,
It was published in Great Britain, but printed in Spain.
It's in Spain.
So,
It's obviously cheaper to print things in other places. So
more laughs on patrol. Are these any better?
I doubt it.
No. A beached dinghy on a lonely stretch of the Cornish coast aroused the suspicion of one Home Guard patrol, and they set out to investigate. Imagine their chagrin to be themselves challenged by another Home Guard patrol, who were also on the lookout for suspicious characters and who had arrived in the dinghy themselves from further up the coast. Well, apparently these are actual
Real
true
things. Yes.
things.
But yeah, things about tanks.
Tanks. Steve Roberts would like that.
Yeah,
There's a Mannering in a
gas mask.
a new issue gas mask. But isn't there a game in this somewhere?
Okay.
Yes, because that's the one that I just took the picture
Oh,
of
right, okay.
earlier. If you, no, it's near the back.
Near the back of it,
Yeah,
okay.
just go forward. Go right to the back, and just go forward. Nothing on Dunkirk. But yes, as with all these annuals of this period, and you know the Doctor Who ones are always the same. There'd always be a just flick through. It's all right. We'll get to it eventually. They'd have these sort of dreadful dice games. So that's right. I'll do it. Let go. Dun 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 dun. There it is. So, Treasure Hunt, a game for 2 or more players. Captain Mannering has decided that his platoon is getting lazy, so he has devised this treasure hunt to wake them up and make them use their brains for once. However, he is not a hard man, and as a bonus for those who reach the target, the captain has provided a small supper with a little help from Jones. And you just roll the dice, and there's some really odd artwork here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people bear no resemblance to... Walked into a bog, Mr. Turn. Who's that supposed to be? Forgot the clue. Go back to clue 2.
Fraser?
I don't know. Somebody in some bushes.
Well, there's Fraser down there.
But yeah, I like this one. Caught in some brambles, Mr. Turn. And there's Pike eating
Brambles.
blackberries. We're not eating brambles, that would hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Chased by a bull, Mr. Turn. And there's the supper at the end.
Sausage in a bun.
Yeah.
And cake.
Well, there you go. There's a little bit of our Dad's Army bits and pieces.
Yes.
And I think there's quite a few annuals we could go through, because we've got... You've gone through a sort of phase of buying annuals recently, haven't you? So
yes. When we do an article on the podcast,
you tend to do your research by buying an annual, and
Yes.
usually they're not too bad to pick up.
No.
They're usually only a sort of couple of quid each, aren't they? But there we go. Okay, we'll see you soon then.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.